Hello, I'm Amy Zawi with the Jerusalem Connection Red Alert Report for Wednesday, October 17th. Some follow-ups. So I explained to you about 2 weeks ago that a John Cheney Lippold of the University of Michigan refused to write a letter of recommendation for a student, a Miss Engel, because she wanted to study in Tel Aviv. Now, this young lady originally asked the professor for a recommendation, to which he agreed, but then when he found out that it was for studying in Israel, he declined to write the letter, citing BDS and oppression of Palestinians as his reasoning. Now, there was a lot of pushback and social media chatter about this. A lot of people were not happy. They found it discriminatory, even anti-Semitic. But until this week, no disciplinary action had come to pass for this Professor Cheney Lippold. Well, Elizabeth Cole, the Dean of Students, has now decided to discipline that professor in her letter obtained through the Freedom of Information Act to the professor, because it is a public institution. Elizabeth Cole, the dean, writes, "Your contact has fallen short of the university and college's expectation for how LSA faculty interact with and treat students." She goes on to say, "This letter is a strong warning that your behavior in this circumstance is inappropriate and will not be tolerated. In the future," she goes on, "a student's merit should be the primary guide for determining how and whether to recommend and provide a letter. You are not to use a student's request for recommendations as a platform to discuss your own personal political beliefs," unquote. Now, the reason why this letter is so important is because not only is the university a public institution where they do have in Michigan some anti-BDS legislation in play, this is the second time at the university this year this has happened. Jake Secker had asked a graduate student advisor instructor named Lucy Peterson for a letter back earlier this year, and Lucy Peterson refused to write the letter, citing BDS and her desire to boycott institutions related to or within Israel. Now, I want to bring this a point to bear that as a reaction to this disciplinary action, pro-Palestinian groups or groups that are pro-BDS in that framework have come out in support of Cheney Lippold and against these sanctions. The punishment includes the fact that Cheney Lippold will not receive his merit pay increase for the 18-19 academic school year. They do not get cost of living increases at the University of Michigan. They get merit pay. As well, he is not allowed to take his sabbatical in January, and he is barred from taking a sabbatical for 2 more years. So this is disciplinary. However, he still retains his position. I would say this seems pretty fair, but you can judge that for yourself. It is because communities like ours and the communities you're in and the other groups that are watchdog and vigilant for the rights of Israel and Jewish students in general that these disciplinary actions came to pass. BDS activists believe they have a blank slate in order to espouse their opinion and act on the opinion, even when it's inappropriate to do so in the workplace. Nobody's saying that these people can't have these opinions and ideas, but they certainly cannot exercise actions on those opinions that would discriminate against students, especially when they are on the public payroll. Voicing our oppositions to these types of behaviors that these professors made, confronting them, challenging them, and simply not allowing them to go unchecked is the only way we can help deter this kind of behavior in the future and keep the actions of the BDS movement and the truth about their intent in the forefront of the public realm, because often they are disguised as human rights activism. I wanted to bring this up to you as we continue to watch after university campuses, individual professors, and groups in general, that Jewish students, Zionists in general on campuses, as well as the nation of Israel, are treated fairly and with respect. Shavua Tov, and have a great week.